I am grateful. I am trust. Hi, my name is April and I'm with PreventaHealth, and today I would like to discuss emotional health. We are here for prevention and to strengthen your health. So, to talk about how we view emotional health. Natural health focuses on the body, mind, and spirit, not just the body symptoms. 1 in 4 adults suffer from mental illness, and 1 in 25 in the United States suffer from one of the major mental illnesses such as schizophrenia, bipolar, and major depression. And suicide is the 10th leading cause in the United States. Emotions are our feelings and our perceptions about ourselves. There is truth, and then there's the perception of truth. Most people's emotions are their perception of truth, not just truth by itself. We can change our perceptions to be more positive, which in turn brings more positive healing energy to our bodies. There are studies showing that being and thinking positive can bring better outcomes, and especially to the ailments of the body. Viewing issues that may arise in a positive manner, or saying things like, everything's always works out for me, is part of the laws of attraction. That's why they always talk about positivity and using positive words, because it can make a difference. So each time that you sit there and say, everything's always going to work out for me, if you keep saying it, it can become truth for you. Okay, I would like to discuss Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So he puts these in different levels, and many people, struggle in different sections just depending on what their needs are. And so he's an individual that studied psychology. He has a chart here that talks about how your first level of needs would be air, water, food, shelter, sleep, and even clothing. Most people, they don't look at that as something that is common, but that is the first needs that people meet. And then you have your second needs, which is considered your personal security, your health, your property, your resources, even your employment. Then you have the third level, which is your friendships, your intimacies, your family, or your sense of connection. And then you have your fourth level, which is things like respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, freedom. And finally, once you get to the top level of his hierarchy, you have desire to become the most that one can be. He puts it as your first needs as physiological needs. Second level is your safety needs. Your third level is love and belonging. Your fourth level is esteem, and your fifth level is self-actualization. A lot of times people get stuck on where they can only do certain needs, and this kind of helps you evolve to the next level. So I'm going to describe my own physical issue example. So there is this author, Louise Hayes, and she wrote a book called Heal Your Body. It states the probable emotional cause for such thing as lower leg problems. She connected it to fear of the future or not wanting to move, which is quite true because my background is business. As I went through school and did something totally different than what I'm used to, it caused me to have fear of the future. Although I didn't want to admit it, it decided to come out in a physical form. So she also states such as things as arthritis for the joints is the emotional component behind it is feeling unloved, criticism, or resentment. You don't realize that you have these emotional components to your physical health, and many people don't know anything about it. But all of my physical issues here are definitely connected to my emotions, even though I didn't realize it at the time. I have tried many allopathic and natural health remedies to ease those physical issues that I had, but I must now deal with an emotional component of it if I'm going to actually heal. Many people just focus on the physical aspects of it, and they don't even think about that there is a mental component or an emotional component. mainly when it comes to their physical health. Here's some other emotional links that could be connected. I listed there's a table here that I want to talk about. There's the emotion of resentment, which could be connected to gallbladder. And the possible symptoms could be restless leg syndrome. Anger is connected to your liver, which could cause you to have, a symptom of having outbursts or violence. Many times people they're violent or angry and they really don't know why. Well, they may be suffering from a liver deficiency, kind of like with fear. Fear is connected to your kidneys, and kidneys, you could have symptoms such as back pain or maybe adrenal stress, and you don't realize that it's fear that is driving some of this. So you kind of don't know sometimes, what happens first. Is it the chicken or the egg? It could be the fear fueling your kidney problems, or it could be your kidney problems fueling your fear. I would sometimes just stop and think, does this sound right? Where did this anger come from? Where did this resentment come from? Is it something, there's something connected to it? Or is it something that maybe one of your organs are deficient in? So, grief, that emotion is associated with your lungs. And so, the shallow breath, the crying. I would like to say some words of wisdom on emotional health. Health is a state of complete mental, social, and physical well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Deepak Chopra stated, every negative belief weakens the partnership between the mind and the body. So we all know that there is a component between your physical and emotional health. You ask, well, what do I do about it? How do I deal with these emotional feelings if I have worked on the physical health that I'm having, and now what do I do about my emotional health? Well, there are techniques to do for emotional release. Some of the techniques is through nutritional food and support. You can start like having stomach bloating problems, things of that nature. You might want to change to anti-inflammatory foods. And then there's another emotional release is exercise. Exercise had done wonders for me. Even if you start small, I know everybody says, well, I don't have the time, or I'm not in shape. Well, you have to start somewhere, and even if you just walk around the neighborhood for an hour or 30 minutes or even 15 minutes, every little bit counts. And what this does is when you have that anxiety and you doing this type of exercise, it releases the endorphins. And so it's endorphins to like relieve pain. It releases endorphins to, eliminate the anxiety that you're struggling with. Another form of exercise is yoga. I know a lot of people say, well, I don't know how to do yoga. Well, there's plenty of places online, and soon I will be publishing some yoga videos. And then there's such emotional technique releases such as meditation or prayer or energy healing such as Reiki, acupuncture, and there's chiropractic care. There's what's called gratitude journaling. As simple as that sounds, you would be amazed. Try it for a week and just take a little notebook and just write down all the things you're grateful for. Because once you put your mind in a different perspective, you might be able to see that, not everything is so bad, that you can be grateful for the things. You can be grateful for the air you breathe. You can be grateful for the food that you're eating on that hierarchy of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Then there's what's called cord cutting or visualization. It gets rid of negative connections. You can also, that goes back to using negative words or trying to be positive. The hopes, I wish, I could, I should, I would, those type of talking, it really falls into negative speaking, which can really affect your day and your thoughts and your perceptions. Such things as saying mantras, the I am statements. I usually say everything such as, I am grateful. I am trust. I am truth. I am surrender. I am gratitude. I am patience. I am confidence. I am resilience. I am abundance. There's an entire vocabulary of words that you can repeat, and yet it may seem artificial at the time. But if you meditate and you repeat those I am statements, eventually you'll start seeing changes, even if you still don't believe them. Also, I will be putting out a video soon about aromatherapy. Essential oils can do so many different things, and not just the basics. You can do not just diffusing the oil, you can do massage oil with the essential oils, you can do different topical uses, and you would be surprised at so many different essential oils that have so many different properties. And then there's what's called Bach flowers. So there was a doctor named Dr. Bach. He has created these different remedies through herbs, and he has created a whole different therapy on different Bach flowers. So that's just a little bit about emotional health. And I hope this helps and gives you an understanding that it's not just your physical health, your mental health, but you also need to focus on your emotional health and your emotional wellness. It's very important because you could be struggling with a physical ailment that you never really understood. And I can say this because I have dealt with a physical ailment, which was seizures, and I had no idea because they weren't epileptic and none of the doctors could help me. But I did find out that my emotional health played a major role in the reason for those seizures. So I hope this helps somebody out there dealing with or understanding what emotional health is. And if you like me to answer any further questions, or you would like to schedule an appointment with us, please feel free to visit our website at PreventaHealth.org, and you will see our different services and products, and you can make an appointment with us. So we would love to have you. I hope y'all have a good day. Thank you. I am grateful. I am trust. I am truth. I am surrender. I am gratitude. I am patience.